What is up, Denverites, potential Denverites, future Denverites, wherever you beautiful people are all over the world watching this video. My name is Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor. I'm bringing you another episode of Things to Know, Places to Go. I'm going to give you 8 things I think you should know about the Glendale community. Then I'm going to give you my favorite coffee shop, food spot, and local thing to do in this area. And I'll top it off with some real estate fast facts as well if you're considering living here. Before we get to that though, let's talk about, it's a little windy right now. That's not stopping us. Before we get to all that, I want to talk about where Glendale is. It's a little southeast of the Denver area. If I put up on a map right now what technically constitutes Glendale, it's very small and you can drive through it in a nanosecond. It's pretty much all apartment buildings. What I'm talking about in this video today is the area I'm outlining on the map here, which is like I think Colorado, Evans, and Cherry Creek South, because that whole area is pretty darn similar in vibe, in lifestyle. So I want to talk about all that. All right, let's dive into things to know. I've got 8 of them for you. Number 1 is this area, once again, that I outlined, is pretty much a giant suburb. There's not a ton of local breweries or restaurants. There's a few of them, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty much a really big suburb. So if you're coming here looking for, you know, the bar hopping, the crazy nightlife, things like that, it's more of what you're going to be seeing right here, which are single family homes, condos, and townhomes, and a lot of scrapes going on. I think you can see that one is, of course, a new one. They tore something down and built some new, townhomes there. So pretty much a big, quiet suburb, which, depending where you're looking for out of a neighborhood, may be ideal, may not be ideal. Number 2, it is in a fantastic school district, Cherry Creek School District, which is, I think, the #1 rated school district in the greater Denver area, but don't completely quote me on that, but it's very highly rated, very sought after, which even if you don't have kids, that is a good thing, because when you're buying real estate, obviously that's an investment, and buying a home that's in a great school zone is really good for resale value, so kids or not, that is a big plus. Thing to know number 3 is the Glendale area, the real Glendale area, not the one that I outlined and said we're going to cover all this, that tiny little sliver, pretty much all apartment buildings. So if you're hoping that's what you saw that main outline, you're like, I want to be in that area, that's awesome, it's cool, but it's going to be all rentals, all apartments. So once again, just things to know. Thing to know number 4, you have Infinity Park, which is a really cool, basically completely free, open 24/7 public sports field that people hang out at all day long during the day, especially during the summer. They bring picnics, they bring games, put up volleyball nets, and do some really fun stuff there. And then in the evenings, once again, especially in the summer, they host football leagues and different sports leagues. So there's always teams going on. They got like lights and everything. It's really high quality, very active area. A lot of people do their workouts there. A lot of personal trainers do group classes there. So it is a really cool spot to check out, Infinity Park. To go enjoy a day, go hit a workout, join a sports league, meet some cool people, and have fun. Number 5 on things to know, speaking of parks, Infinity Park, you have tons of parks in that greater Glendale area that I outlined. Really, you cannot go far down any side streets without stumbling across one. And once again, we people here in Denver, if you didn't know, we love our parks. We use them, we play games in them, do picnics in them. So you're gonna have your spots to go to enjoy nature. So if you're looking for that Denver lifestyle, you will get it in the greater Denver Glendale area. Number 6, while Glendale does attract a lot of renters because there's so many apartment buildings off of Colorado Boulevard and that surrounding area, even though it does attract a younger crowd and renters, in areas like this, it's still really a lot of families, very, very family. Oh, the lighting is better this way. Yeah, let's go back this way. Very family friendly area. So if you're looking for someone to take the kids to the parks, let's have a good old family outing, Glendale is a really great area for that. Once again, it stays pretty darn quiet here. Which brings me to thing to know number 6 is that if you are looking for a neighborhood that you could, strut out your place, looking baller and bar hop and go to brewery to brewery to brewery, restaurant to bars to a local liquor store, this really is not the place for that because everything is really spread out. There's not a ton of local breweries or restaurants, which I'll talk about things in the places to go section. So yeah, if that's your vibe, what you're looking for, this is a wonderful area, but it may not serve that purpose. Last thing to know, number 8, is that since one of the main roads for getting around is Colorado Boulevard that runs through and the surrounding freeways, there is a good amount of traffic, especially during rush hour. Colorado Boulevard's not a road you really want to be on ever, let alone during 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. So there is a good amount of traffic rolling through this area. But you also have nearby freeways, so you can get around pretty easily. So yin and a yang. That concludes the things to know section. That is 8 things to know about the Glendale area. Hope you found that helpful. Let's talk about places to go. Let's start a coffee shop. Everyone wants coffee. Sojourners. Sojourners is a really cool local coffee shop here on Holly that has a really rustic, cozy vibe on the inside. It's definitely the type of place you go to sit, hang out, bring a laptop or a book, and just have a good, and just relax and enjoy the relaxing atmosphere. It's a really cool, they have also really fun specialty drinks. When I was there recently, I took a picture of the board. I'll throw that up real quick. As you can see, they like to get really creative and they swap out drinks all the time. So if you like your crazy, eclectic, weird drinks, Sojourners is for you. Next up on places to go is my favorite restaurant slash brewery I've ever been to my whole life. I'm not just saying that. You can watch every video I'm gonna make on these community tours. I'm only gonna say that out here, Bull and Bush. That's because it is my favorite spot. It is a brewery slash pub that was modeled after a pub in London that was built in the 1600s, and they did an amazing job recreating that atmosphere, that energy in this place. If you're really into like old London European bars and pubs, this is a spot for you. They have a huge menu. Their serving sizes are massive, which is like a godsend to me. They make their own beer. They have a brewery there. Their beer is fantastic. Honestly, guys, I just can't talk about Bull and Bush enough. Big serving sizes, big menu. The food just feels like comfort food all the time. It feels like your grandma made it for you. It's massive. It is just such a fun place to go hang out. So check out Bull and Bush. You'll probably see me there. Lastly, a fun local thing to do. Okay, I love the Glendale area. I've lived here before, so I know it very well. So fellow Glendale-rights, whatever we want to call ourselves, don't get mad when I say there's not really a local thing to do. It just started snowing. Yeah, it started snowing just now. There's not snow in the forecast. Welcome to Denver. There's not really like a local thing to do that I'm like, oh, if you're in Glendale, you gotta do this. Because once again, primarily a lot of suburbs, strip malls, chain spots, things like that. European Gusto Market. It's a really cool cafe, restaurant, coffee shop, shopping center that you can go to, and the food is authentic. The coffee really does taste like coffee I haven't had really anywhere else. Just the vibe is really interesting and fun and different, and not something you're really gonna get anywhere else. Plus, it's on Arkansas Boulevard, on this part where no one's really ever gonna go unless you live nearby though. So no, it's not like a spot that's super busy all the time. So you really will feel like you're in your own little private part of Eastern Europe while you're there. So definitely check that spot out. I really like going there. I can't believe it started snowing. Actually, I can. Lastly, real estate fast facts for this area. Once again, it's a little hard to give fast facts to this area because I kind of made up my own area. But I will say primarily renters in the legit Glendale area, in the suburbs surrounding it like Virginia Village and Indian Creek, you can still get some really affordable homes because you're outside of Denver, but you're like 10 minutes away from Denver, 10 minutes away from downtown Denver, 10 minutes away from the Denver Tech Center. So you have a lot of accessibility near you, but you're not paying the Denver prices for it, which is really nice. If you're looking for condos and townhomes, definitely check out Indian Creek. Very price friendly, and you get some nice, large, updated places there, so those are really cool. If you are a note taker and looking for the place you want to live in Denver and writing these things down and looking for your spot, I got you covered. I made an ebook of all the places to go, things to know, and real estate fast facts. It is really picking up on the snow and wind. I made an ebook covering everything that you can download for free in the description, so check that out. Once again, things to know, places to go. Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor here. I appreciate your time watching the video.